Needles.7 here. Today I'm talking about Minecraft. Recently, you may have heard about a few new cool updates. They made some updates to the game that allows some more fun in some of the end game content like the Netherworld, but also recently there's been a lot of talk about the Education Collection. And this is available for people, for students, for kids to learn all about space, about the human eye, about chemistry, about the body. And there's all sorts of cool content that you can dive into and start learning in Minecraft. Um, this video is kind of made for people who have never really gotten into Minecraft before and don't know how to get started. And so there's a couple of different ways you can play Minecraft. You can get it on your phone, you can get it on a tablet, you can play it on the computer, you can play it on your favorite gaming console. For example, the Nintendo Switch has it. Also, the Xbox, PlayStation, um, pretty much anything out there, you can find a copy of Minecraft. What's going on with Minecraft is there's a couple of different versions you can get. There's Minecraft Java Edition, and then the Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Minecraft Bedrock Edition is made from the ground up for all sorts of platforms. So if somebody's playing on their iPad, you can play with them on your Nintendo Switch, and the games can connect just fine. And so that is what I recommend getting. However, uh, the Java edition of Minecraft has been around a lot longer. And if you get that, there's a lot more customizations and mods available for it, and ways that you can change the way the game looks and feels and interacts. And so, if you're into that, I would recommend getting the Java edition. Usually, I'm not sure if it's this way anymore, but usually, if you get the Java edition, sometimes they let you convert over to the Bedrock edition for free because Bedrock is really the way that Mojang and Microsoft seem to want to take the direction in the future. So if you're getting it on your Android phone, you can go to the Play Store and you can put it under your family apps. So anybody in your Google Play family will be able to access that app for free from then on. But the initial licensing fee is around $29. And so it's a little bit expensive to get started, but once you have it, you have that Minecraft license for life. Another way you can get the Bedrock Edition is by pulling up the Microsoft Store on Windows and searching for Minecraft. There's a few different editions, and each of them vary in price. There's the Starter Edition and the Minecraft for Windows 10, and those are $26, $29, and then $50 for this Master Edition. I won't tell you which one to get, but I personally got the cheapest one because you have full access to the game, and then you can purchase additional content later if you'd like. Installing is very easy. You just click on it, and you obviously have a parent or some sort of grown-up pay for you. And once it's on, you can just click play, or you can make a shortcut on your desktop like I have here. If you're playing on your phone, you don't need a keyboard and mouse. The touch controls on the phone work just fine. You're able to move around with a virtual joypad and look up and down and lay blocks. Some of the features are a little bit um, slower to build than they are with a controller. If you're playing with a controller, sometimes you can just really quickly lay down some blocks. Um, with the Touch Edition, you have to very precisely put the blocks where you want them. And so there's that to consider. Touch is a lot easier for younger kids. So if you have a hard time using a controller, touch will be much easier for you. If you already playing games, for example, on the Nintendo Switch, the controllers work great. Um, There isn't anything that you're really missing in the game. You move around just fine. You're able to build huge stacks of bricks super quickly. In creative mode or survival mode, I haven't had any problems with that. On a computer, you can play with a keyboard and your mouse. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And the mouse controls where you're looking around, and the keyboard controls where you're walking and what items you choose. It's a little bit harder to get started on a keyboard and mouse. And so if you're able to get it on a tablet or a phone or a gaming system, that'll probably be the easiest. However, on the computer, there's better graphics processing, so you can see a lot further, and um, the game is a little bit smoother. But whatever platform you choose, the gaming experience will be good. Anywhere that you can easily get Minecraft on it, the experience is guaranteed to work well. So let me close this down. Now that you have a good idea of where to get Minecraft from, let me launch the game. And so you can kind of get a feel for what it looks like and some of the basics of playing the game. So the first thing that you'll need to do if you've never logged onto the game is create a Microsoft profile. This can be created under your own name, and it can be linked to your parents' accounts. If you're under a certain age, it might be 14, it might be 18, I'm not quite sure the age. And your profile, you can choose what you want your character to look like. You can adjust their eye size, their shape, their hair color. Um, you can make them look like your favorite characters from TV shows or movies. There's a lot you can do with your character. Under settings here, you can see that there's touch settings, settings for what buttons you want to do what on a controller, and how you want to interact if you're using a keyboard and mouse. Profiles, you can see I've got my needles.7 gamer tag up here, and you really don't need to mess with any of that. Video settings, I would keep it the same as the default settings unless you're actively messing with something. And global resource, you can actually download special texture packs to make it look extra cool. For example, here, if I enable this shader pack, if I go back, you can see it completely changes the way the Minecraft look. The trees look different, the sky looks different. Some of the stuff doesn't look as blocky, but for now I will just show you the default version. And we can turn that off. Okay. So once you're able to get logged in, that's probably all you'll need your parents' help for. You get your account created, you get your Microsoft account created, you get the game, and then you want to probably hop in and right away create your own world. The marketplace is where you can buy some of the content, some of the fancy worlds that people have created to play around in. The education collection is what we might end up talking a lot about. For example, you can see here, explore Washington, D.C., explore the human eye, International Space Station, understanding bee farming, fun with fractals, Inspiration Island, Lumen Power Challenge. So learn how to route electricity. Um, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in here. You can learn math, you can learn science, you can learn computer programming, um, you can learn about our world. It's really cool. Um, the chemistry set is pretty amazing in here also. So back to, you can also download just things for fun. But of course, each of these costs money. The education collection right now, I believe, is 100% free. And so you're able to get the stuff now for free. I'd recommend getting it while it's free. Even if you don't want to use it now, maybe later on you'll be interested in the education stuff. So, jumping in, The cool thing about Minecraft is you can join with friends. If you're on in the same house and the same internet together, it's really easy to hop on. You'll just be able to see your friends playing right away. Um, if you want, you can set up specific servers or custom servers. I'll probably show you how to do that later, but that's really stuff that you probably don't need to know at first. If you're on the same network, if you're all in the same house using the same Wi-Fi, you can just go to Create New and start up your first new world. They're going to try and get you to buy some of the stuff down here, but you can just skip that and go to Create New World. Click. And you want to give your world a cool name. By default, it's going to be called My World, but if you do that for every single world, you won't remember which one is which. So I'm going to put needles.7 test world 1. Now there's two ways you can play. You can play in survival mode, or you can play in creative mode. In survival mode, there's achievements and awards that you can win for building a good house, for building a civilization, for surviving, for finding food, for killing the bad guys. And so you can, if you switch over to creative mode, that's just building for fun. There's no enemies or mobs to knock you out. So right now I will start out in survival, and then I will show you what it's like and what's the first things you need to do in survival, and then we can show you creative mode afterwards. Um, you can really leave all of these the same. There is some options here that you can change the way the world looks. For the most part, there's still going to be slight changes as you move around, but there's like a spooky mansion world, a forest world, a ocean village, taiga village, winding river. Um, so I'm not going to do that right now, but you could pick that by going to the seed button and clicking the arrow. And simulation chunk, I'm going to put mine up to 12 since I'm using a gaming computer and I can do that. And everything you can really leave as defaults. If you are playing around, you can, and you don't want to deal with nighttime, you can turn the cheats on and turn always day on, or you can turn the daylight cycle off. Or if you accidentally get knocked out by one of the mobs, you can check this button here that you don't lose all of your items. Right now, I will just show you what they call vanilla Minecraft. Everything's default. I haven't changed any of these settings yet. And so all you have to do here is give it a name and click create. And that's it. We've just created our first Minecraft world. And they're infinite, meaning they go on forever and ever. And oh my goodness, the sun is it rising? Yep, you can see the sun rise and you'll see it go all the way through the sky and then set on from the east side all the way to the west side. Now this is the starting location it's given me, and surprise, I've got no items. And so the first thing I need to do if I'm in survival mode and I've got no items is start picking up stuff. And you pick stuff up by breaking it. You have to break it into pieces. So I've picked up some seeds here, 3 seeds. That's not really important to get started. What I really need is some wood, so I can build a crafting table so I can make other tools. So it takes a little bit of time when you're breaking it with only your hand, but you are able to break off a few pieces of wood so you can get the game started. Alright, so it's kind of funny in Minecraft that you cut down the tree, but all the leaves are still standing. And you can harvest some of the leaves if you break them. Sometimes sticks and sometimes apples fall. And sometimes you get little saplings that you can plant to make more trees. You see, I just got an apple there. So if I get hungry, I can eat that. But what we really need to do now is open up our items. We've got oak wood. So what are we going to do with that? We need to make some wood planks. And so we just use our hands to strip that wood down and make some wood planks. So I click on the oak wood planks here, and it automatically makes that recipe for me here. So I don't really have to remember to put the wood over here. I just end up with wood planks. And you can take them out piece by piece like that if you want to. You don't really have to though. You can pick them up with your alternate button and drop them down one at a time, or you can pick them all up and move them around. But really, that is all there is to crafting and making stuff in Minecraft, is picking what you want over here, and then you end up with the completed item over here. And from the oak planks, I can make a few things. I can make sticks, I can make a crafting table, I can make buttons and pressure plates. So first thing I want to do is make a crafting table. Right now, with just my hands, I only have 4 blocks here to craft, and so I can't make very cool things. But once I get a crafting table, I will be able to put it down somewhere. Right now, it really doesn't matter where we put it down. And then when I click on the crafting table, I have a lot more options of all the possible things I could make. You can see there's a lot of stuff here in red that I can't make, that are all the items in Minecraft. And if I just look at the things that I'm almost able to make here in red, or the stuff that doesn't have any color, there's only gray color here, these are the stuffs I can make right away. So in construction, in this brick area, I can make things that I can build houses with. A trap door, wooden slabs, a door, stairs. Over here, these are the tools that I'm pretty close to be making. And if I want to know what it takes to make one of these, for right now, say I want to make a pickaxe so I can start building stuff, or an axe so I can chop down trees a little bit quicker, you can see, oh, I need 3 oak planks. Oh, I have that, but I don't have any sticks. So I need sticks to make all of these. And so that's what I'm missing here to make tools. Over here, these are the household items that I can make, or the regular crafting items. I can make a treasure chest to store all my stuff in, a bowl to eat stuff out of, a button, and sticks. So I need a few sticks. So let me grab some of these, and you can click on these as many times as you want. I ended up with a lot of sticks here. And now I can make a sword, maybe to keep myself safe at the nighttime. So let me grab one sword. I need an axe to chop some trees, and a pickaxe to maybe do some mining so I can get something else besides wood. Because maybe a stone sword would be better, maybe I can find some iron. And so I really need to get going, because at nighttime the mobs or the bad guys come out. So first thing I want to do here is switch over to my axe. Let me get some more wood quickly. You don't need a lot of wood to get started. Just a bit is fine, so that you're not always worried about cutting down trees later. So I'm just going to grab some extra now so I don't need them later. And if you just leave the leaves out there, in the morning they will be gone. So you don't have to pick up all of the leaves, you don't have to break them all down, you can just leave them and the next day they will be gone, as long as you cleaned out all of the wood. So here I'm looking for some rock to mine, some stone, and maybe some iron and coal. Coal will let me build torches, so so I can see in the dark when it gets super dark, and then dirt. Maybe I could dig in and build a little cave to stay safe at night. And there's coal. Do you see those black speckled things here? That is coal. That is what we're looking for. And then the stone here, there's different types of stone, but any of it I can really use at first. So I'm going to switch over to my pickaxe and break some of this down. Okay, you can see I'm picking up some cobblestone there in my last slot. You can see I have 3 of them. 3 cobblestone. And let's switch back to the pickaxe and do some more mining. And how many coal do I have? See, you can't tell just from looking at my screen right now because I've used up all of my quick slots. All of the items that I can quickly put in my hand. And so that's when we want to open up our inventory. Inventory is open, and so far I've only got 3 coal. Some of it's sitting right there, so I just jump up, grab it. Now I've got 6 coal. That's not a lot. You go through coal pretty quickly. So I maybe only have enough for a few torches. And grab a little bit of extra here. And if you look at my pickaxe right now, in my item bar, you can see that its health is decreasing. My pickaxe is slowly breaking because I'm using it. And it's going to break pretty quickly because it's only made out of wood. And wood is not very strong against mining rocks. So I'm going to run back over to where I think I left my crafting table. There it is. Jump up here. And let's open up my crafting table. Now I can make a stone pickaxe. Whew. And a stone sword, which will be much stronger. And that's probably all I need for now. So let's get out of this. And now it's getting kind of... Oh, the sun is going to be setting soon behind that mountain, so I need to make some plans for nighttime quickly. I need a few torches, first of all. So torches... Maybe one campfire also, that would be cool. A campfire, and let's take 12 torches, that's great. Ooh, it's getting dark, I better hurry before the monsters come out. And what I'm gonna do here is kind of pick a wall, or I could dig straight into the ground or a hole or something, and I need to start making myself safe. And so, your first night, I mean, sometimes you can have, if you hurry, you can set up a pretty nice house. But sometimes you just kind of have to do this for your first night to stay safe. When you're first new at Minecraft, monsters are hard to fight. So let's put my torches in here, and some dirt. Okay, close up my inventory. I put a torch on the wall. Okay, now it's not totally dark. And switch over, let's place... I will only place 1 brick here so you can kind of see what it looks like at night. But there could be monsters coming. And so when you do it yourself, you might just want to shut yourself in like that and wait till daytime. But here we can kind of watch. See what the nighttime looks like. And you can see it's actually kind of pretty. but the monsters can be a little bit scary. So let me go out there and switch to my sword. Now, I'm not a very good fighter, and so I need to be able to find my house quickly in case monsters start coming. So I'm going to put a few torches up here so I can easily find my house. Ooh, look, there's a skeleton there, and he shoots bow and arrows, and so he's pretty dangerous. There's a zombie right up top there, more skeletons. Zombie with armor, those red spider eyes. It gets pretty dangerous. And since we don't have a bed yet, we can't sleep at nighttime, we can't skip nights. And so the first few nights can be pretty dangerous. And some of these monsters can be pretty hard to kill. And so the best thing we can do is stay put. But of course, you know, I'm kind of a crazy guy, and so I'm staying out here at night until I get too scared. Ooh, there's a horse. There's a bunch of horses by my house. Later on, we can get a bridle and a saddle to keep them tame, and we can ride the horses. Ooh, there's a witch. I am scared of witches. So I'm gonna hop in here. They can throw some really yucky potions. Bam, bam, and let me close off this roof. Alright, so I am going to pause the video because waiting for morning can take, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. It can be a long time. So let's hang on just a second. What we'll do is we will, every now and then, we'll open up a little brick here and we'll see, oh, it's still the moon there. And it's still dark outside, so the night's not done yet. So let's pass the time by. Alright, you can see a little bit of the night has passed on by. You can see the moon has moved quite a little bit, but there's stuff we can do during this first night. In order to really get going, we're gonna have to find some iron. And iron will help us build some sheep shears so we can cut their wool. And if we cut sheep's wool, then we can build a bed, and then we can finally have a safe home. Once you're able to sleep at night, it's pretty safe. If you always skip sleeping at night, then the monsters get harder and harder, and there's even some flying bat dragon things called either, I forgot what they're called. but they swarm you at nighttime if you haven't slept in a long time. As you see, it's getting darker and darker the more I dig out this cave, and I still haven't found any iron yet, and it's probably because I'm too close to the surface. The deeper you get, the easier it is to find some of the items. So let's mine a little bit deeper. We've got some time to use up since it's nighttime, and you can see there's a few different types of rocks here. This gray stuff here is just stone, and when you break it, it becomes cobblestone. This reddish stuff is granite. And then there's diorite. And there's gravel. I don't see any gravel yet, but you can see this very white kind is pretty. It's called diorite. There we go. We found some coal. And if you want to dig down deeper, it's pretty easy. You just start digging stairs. One down, and then you move down, then you dig another down. You keep on just digging out deeper and deeper, and then you'll find things like coal and iron. You can get to the bottom of the world, and as you get down deeper and deeper, you can actually get down to like square 8, square 5. There's a lot of lava down there, so we usually try not to go that far. 10 is usually about as far as you need to go. And the way you can see how far you've gone is we can go into our settings and enable coordinates. This shows how deep we are. So These numbers are sometimes a bit hard to understand, but you can see as we go down the stairs, watch that middle number, 71, 70, 69, 68, 67. So there's 67 blocks between us and the bottom, as far deep as we can possibly go when we hit bedrock. And bedrock, right now it's impossible to break bedrock with your pickaxes, any of them, in survival mode. This is super useful coal right now, especially at the beginning of the game. Later on, you can burn other things instead of coal, like kelp or charcoal or some sort of renewable energy if you like that. But right now, we don't really have much of a choice. Coal is the best for us to make torches out of, and we really don't want to be digging around in the dark here. With the other things that you can do, you can actually take a block of wood, like here I have in slot 2 this oak log, and you can stick it into the furnace, and you can cook it and make it into charcoal. And then you can use charcoal to make torches if you can't find any coal. But right now we found coal, we're good to go. Let's keep on digging and see if we can find some iron to get the game going a bit quicker. Oh no, did you see that? My pickaxe totally broke. And I didn't remember to bring my crafting table in here. I could easily make a new crafting table since I still have some extra wood, but let's see if it's daytime yet. I can, ooh, you can see it's starting to get light outside. So I can easily break down this dirt with my hands. And now morning, a lot of the monsters um, get on fire during the daytime, but early in the morning, it's still a little bit dangerous. Look, I've got sheep here. I just need to find some iron to make a shears, and then I'll be totally safe, and I can start building whatever I want. Grab that crafting table, and you can run in Minecraft. So, where did I put it? Did I put it in my inventory already? Oh, I did. I didn't need to leave that house, but it's fine that I left anyway. It's easier to find my house at nighttime because of the light. And this is not my permanent house. I don't want to live in a cave. But for now, let's put this crafting table here. Boom. And I will need more pickaxes. Maybe 2 this time, just so I can have some extra. I don't need to be using saplings for a while, and this apple in case I get hungry. But you can look here on my menu. I've got a bar that looks like meat drumsticks. That shows how hungry I am. Right now, all of those are full, so I'm not getting hungry yet, thank goodness. And I have all of my heart still, because I didn't get any damage from that spider. You can actually kill sheep and take their meat and their wool, and you can build a bed that way. But I want to find some iron. And so there's a couple of ways. You can do it digging into the ground like I was, but in the daytime when there's lots of mountains nearby, you can sometimes just go and look at the mountains and see if there's any iron on the side to get a shortcut to get iron quickly. Just like we saw the coal on the side, I don't see any iron here. It looks like bronzish, kind of yellowish specks. So I see some more coal here. I don't see any iron yet. It's really hard to find iron above the ground. Now the sun is high enough up in the sky where we're not running into any monsters yet. And you have to kind of be careful wandering around like this, because sometimes there can be zombies hiding in the shade of the trees where they haven't caught on fire yet. And sometimes, like I'm about to do, is you can kind of forget which way is back home. And so you can lose your home if you're not careful. If you don't keep track of where you went, you can get confused easy. Oh. I still haven't seen any iron here up in these rocks. But down here in the valley, in the jungle, it may be easier to find other supplies later. Up in the mountains, sometimes it's hard to find animals. But we see some chickens here. We're really close to this forest biome. And there's a couple of different biomes. You can see here, these are birch trees with the white bark. And these are oak trees here with the brown bark. And if you get into the jungle, there's different kinds of jungle trees. So we might be on the edge of like a mountain and deciduous forest. Ah, you see there's something that looks like pine trees over here. But since I haven't built very much, I'm not worried about finding my way back home. If I can find some iron, I would be happy. If not, I can build another quick cave shelter for the night. Oh, let's see if there's any iron in here. Sometimes little caves like this will give you a shortcut into finding some iron. I've only got 2 torches left. Ooh, cave exploring can be dangerous because there's monsters and spiders in here. I really need some more torches. And luckily, torches are something that you can make as long as you already have sticks and coal. You can make a bunch of torches. I just made 16 of them. And let's go backtrack a little bit. See if we missed any iron here. Man, lots of cool rock here and some dirt. We're going deeper and deeper. Need some pickaxing here to break this down easier. And sometimes cave exploring is just like this. There's just normal dirt here, and we didn't find any iron. Of course, we could dig into the walls a little bit, and maybe we'll do that if we get stuck and we run out of daylight. Ooh, this is cool, an underground river. That could go really deep. Do you see that there? That's what I'm talking about. That is the iron. And I've been going on about iron for a long time, so I'm glad we finally got some. 1, 2 pieces of iron. Ooh, that's not a whole lot. But here's 2 more. That should be enough to get us our shears for cutting the sheep's wool. 1, 2, 3. And let's go over here. Sometimes it's hard to go in the rivers because the water's always pushing you around. But if you want, you can actually block up the water so it stops pushing you all over the place. Alright, got a lot more iron. And if we want to block up the water, we just find the place that it's coming from. And this is the place it's coming from, and block. Boom. And so that water isn't pushing me around anyway, but there's more water from coming up there. And so we really just have to slowly go up through the water. Running helps, and if you run in the water, you can sometimes swim. Boom. We closed that one off, so now it'll be easier to go in that cave. Alright. And up we go. And I don't remember where those sheep are, or my crafting table is. Totally lost. So if you have a home, it's easier to write where the coordinates are, or take a picture of them, a screenshot, because it's super easy to get lost in Minecraft. And sometimes you'll find your way home if you get lost, and sometimes you'll just keep on going further and further away, thinking it looks the same. Ooh, collect some flowers. Ooh, maybe with a pickaxe? Did that work? Yeah, I've got 5 flowers. Great. That way we can decorate our home later. And we need to find some sheeps. And a crafting table to make some shears. So, ooh, look, my food is starting to go down. Now's definitely time to really get moving before I run out of food. So, crafting table. We need wooden planks first. Alright, crafting table. Got one of those. And where did that sheep go? Oh, it's up there still. Good. We didn't lose him. And we need to build a furnace. And that just uses a bunch of rocks, a bunch of cobblestone. And furnace. And in the furnace, we want to put a little bit of coal. And we want to put our iron to start melting our iron down into iron ore. We gotta sit and let that cook. And we're running out of daylight again. And so before I waste any more time, I need to get some shelter going here. So I'll do the same thing I did yesterday. I could use one of those caves there, but I'm worried. Sometimes you get monsters in the cave. And so this for sure I know has no monsters since I just dug it. Okay, that will do fine. I've got some iron now. And let's go to our crafting table. Get some shears. And those are in the tools section here, the equipment. And I just need one. And then I can go get some wool. I hope those sheep didn't go too far. There we go. And I clipped some wool off of him. How much did I get? 2. I think I need 3 wool to build a bed. So let's keep going. Maybe we can find another sheep, or we can find him again tomorrow when he's grown a little bit more wool back. But it's getting super dangerous the darker it gets. Ooh, zombies. And there's a sheep. Should I risk it? Yes, we'll try. I'll just run as fast as I can here. And, ooh, these zombies want to get me. I need to run back home quickly. And I don't know what I'll need to build a bed. Some more wood probably. I'm gonna take my crafting table with me. Quickly. Ooh, they're coming. And you can use a pickaxe to chop down a tree. It's slower than an axe though. Ooh, that sheep came out of nowhere and scared me. 2, 3. Okay, that should be enough. Where's my cave? And switch back to the dirt here. Alright, I'm totally closed in here. Let me use my pickaxe to make a little bit more room. And we can sleep through the night, and tomorrow we can start farming, and maybe we can get a pen built. And this is really how you get started in Minecraft, is once you get a bed, then you can respawn, and you can keep your items in a chest by the bed, and that's when you really start progressing, where you really start being able to do whatever you want. So, crafting table, we need a bed, and the recipe is 3 wools and 3 planks, and we have that. Boom, bed. And we've got some extra wood here. Let's make those planks. And a door for our house would be pretty good. Let's get a door. And what other stuff could we use right now? Oh, we need to do some farming later. So we need a hoe to do the ground. And we could really use a bucket. We need 1 more iron, so we can get that out of our furnace tomorrow. Alright, let's close this, put our bed down, and we just click on our bed to sleep. Ta-da! Whoa. And sometimes this happens. You get... Oh, I messed up so bad. Okay, respawn. See, I didn't leave room here for me to stand up. And when you wake up, you stand up in your bed. And so I was trapped in stone here. So I completely died. But luckily it's a game, and I was able to respawn. And if you die, you come back to the last place you slept. You come back to your bed. And so that's why it's good to have a bed, so that you always know where your stuff is and where you started. And so next thing I'll need is a chest to put some of my stuff in. Like this. I need a few more planks of wood. So today I'll get a little bit more wood and a little bit more iron, and then we can start to do some farming. Iron, we got a lot of more of that. And in here, we need a bucket so that we can carry some water for our farming. And what else do we need? Oh yeah, some more wood. Doesn't really matter which kind of wood you use, it looks different, like when you build stuff out of it, if you use the birch wood versus oak or jungle wood. Oh, do you see that? There's a skeleton. And and he's still alive, he hasn't been damaged from, ooh, dangerous. We need to get our sword out. So sword, put that there, close out, and ooh, he's hurting me. You see my heart's going down and him shooting arrows? We need to sneak up on him and hit him with the sword faster than he can hit us with his arrows. Wow, he damaged us a lot. So we really need some water for farming. So I'm gonna take my bucket and scoop out some water, hopefully. That's not working very good. Let's get our pickaxe out so we can maybe get down a little bit. And now we're just building stairs down there so that we can get close to the water and scoop it out. Okay, I've got a water for some farming. And let's start building a farming area. So it's okay to start small, maybe 3 or 4 buckets of water. Ooh, careful. 2, and you can see that water isn't full all the way yet. It's still running. Ooh, creepers are dangerous. They blow up. Whew, that one almost got me. And last one here. I don't like how we broke all my ground here. I'm gonna put some more dirt in here to fix it later. So let me scoop up all this dirt quickly by standing on it. Okay, and now let me switch over to that garden hoe. And there's clicking on stuff to break it, and then clicking on stuff to use it. And if you use the garden hoe on the dirt here, you can see that it makes good farming soil. And if it's touching the water, you can actually go 2 blocks away from it, and it will still work. It will still get wet enough to grow plants. And so when the water's like this, it actually doesn't run out. It just covers the plants, and you can see the soil is getting ready to plant. So I'm going to put some of these seeds I collected earlier in there into the dirt, and we'll need to find some more seeds to farm. These are wild grass, but sometimes you break them and you get those seeds, and those seeds grow into wheat, and you can make bread, and you can bake it in your furnace. So let's grab some of that. Bam! We got no seeds from all of that breaking grass, but that's okay. It grows more. Eventually I want to build a really nice big house around here and not live in that cave. But for now, the cave will work for a few more nights until I get some food going. The more you run around and the more you heal... Oh, look! I can't believe it. It's my original house and it's not very far away. I didn't completely lose it. I stayed over there the second night by that furnace, and then over here is where I stayed my first night. And it's cloudy and it's raining. Monsters can come out in the rain, which is really kind of a bummer. Alright, so I've got those seeds growing for some food. If I wanted to, I could take my sword over there and get one of the animals to make some meat. And we could put that in our oven once we had the meat. But right now, I'm just going to do some farming first. You can find other kind of vegetables. You can find pumpkins, you can find watermelons, you can find cocoa pods to make chocolate out of and cakes. There's a whole bunch of cool plants that you can find to plant and eat. There's potatoes. There's carrots. I like carrots and potatoes because you don't have to bake them. You can just eat them raw if you want to. But potatoes you can also bake, and you can eat lots of baked potatoes. Sometimes these are hard to find. You have to find a village to at least get a few potatoes to get you started, and then you can farm a lot of them. And so these pretty much just grow on their own and will be ready to eat in a few days. In real life it takes longer than that, but my character would get super hungry if I had to wait longer than that. So another thing we can do is we can look for some string from a spider so that we can build a fishing rod and we can go fishing in our little pond. So maybe we should find some spiders. Ooh, some more seeds. So our little farm is starting to go. That's starting to look good. We can probably... well, we can leave the oven outside for now. Let's build a chest. a treasure chest to put our stuff in. And over here in our house items, a chest. Bam! There we go. Super sweet looking. And treasure chest. Ooh, we can put our extra iron in here for now. We don't need any wool for a long time. I'm not ready to use my bow and arrow yet that I just got from that skeleton. I've got granite that I don't need right away. Diorite. Maybe I'll build my house out of that later. Andesite. Cobblestone. Maybe a little bit if I need to build stuff later. But 64 of them's a lot. And I don't need these old wooden things. I could throw them away, but I'll just put them in the chest for now. A spider's eye. You can make potions with it later. I'm not planting any trees yet. A door, I want to use that soon. Flowers, alright. So now I have a lot less items to worry about. And I'll put a door here. And you don't break your door open, you click the other way to open it. There we go. So now I can actually see out of my house. Ooh, a chicken. Sometimes you can run around and catch eggs from them. They lay eggs in places. But eventually we can build a fence here and put our cows and our chickens and our pigs all in a little farmyard. Alright, cool. So, what are we gonna do next? Oh, we need to find a spider. Those are easier to find at night because you can see their eyes glowing. They glow red. Oops, I accidentally dropped my sword. There it is. Yeah, you can kill the sheep to eat them, but I'm just gonna leave them alone for now. And it's getting darker and darker. Is that a spider? Oh no, it's a black sheep. You can dye the wool different colors using flowers, and you can have like a pink bed, or you can even dye the color of the sheep and it will start making colored wool. Oh, so dark. I better hurry back home. All I wanted was a spider so I could catch some fish. Because, you know, I need a string so I can build a good fishing rod. Oh no! This is mean zombie. And he's riding on a sheep. That's so silly. Oh no! We barely survived that. And that zombie was mean to that sheep. Okay. We're running back to our house. Because we almost lost all of our hearts. In we go. Close the door safe from the monsters. In normal mode, the doors keep you safe from monsters, pretty much. Alright. Back in our house. Ooh, we've got some sheep meat from that. We need a stick maybe. Yeah, some sticks. And we really want to build a fishing rod over here and tools. What do we need? We need 2 spider strings and not just 1. Oh no. Well, I will need to maybe eat my apple for now. Because I'm getting hungry. You can see my uh, hunger bar is going down. Okay. This is not recommended, but I'm gonna run outside and throw some meat in here to cook in case I get more hungry later. Better not let it go to waste. And let's look for some glowing spider eyes. There's one right above our house. I dropped my sword again. Gotta be careful of that zombie. Up we go, up we go. Come on, Spidey. Oh, we're gonna have to fight zombies for our spider string. Oh no, he got too close. Stay away from my spider string. Just, if you get into that where there's a lot of guys surrounding you, you may just walk backwards and keep hitting them so they don't swarm you, so they don't get completely surrounded you. These creepers are dangerous because they blow up, so we really want to leave the creepers alone. And if you hit them, you don't like, this is how you fight a creeper. You run up and you hit it, and then it bounces back and blows up. And you can keep chasing it and hitting it, but he could blow up on you, so you have to be super careful. Boom. And here we go. Back into our house. Is there a monster there? No, it's okay. Close the door. Get our fishing rod. Yes. So nice. Fishing is one of my favorite ways to get food in Minecraft. And I forgot to put out my campfire. I wanted to build it, and then I forgot to set it out. And it will help me light up this whole area. And my sheep snack. Something's hitting me. Oh, he's shooting me with an arrow from up there. Let me in. Close the door. And go sleep. Oh, I can't sleep. If there's monsters by your house, you can't sleep. I should have left those monsters alone. So I ate all the food that I have left, and if you're hungry, if those little food bars down at the bottom of your screen, if that's empty even a little bit, then you don't get your hearts back. But if you've got full food, then you can heal. And so now I've got all my hearts back, and I really want to sleep at night. I don't want to sit and wait the whole night. But there's that arrow guy. Is he still there? Oh, he might have walked away. Maybe I can sleep now. It's hard to sleep when there's monsters outside your house. So that's why you can't sleep like that. Because it's too scary to sleep. Alright, so fishing, if there's a little bit of water, it's kind of hard to fish. It's easier to fish in like an ocean or river. But sometimes it lets you fish even in little bits of water like this, even though it's only from a bucket. But fishing at first is really slow until you get magic fishing rods, and then it becomes a little bit faster. But right now, we need food really bad, and it's going to take a while for it to grow. And you see, I caught a fish there. A raw cod. So, fishing, let's jump over here to this bigger pond and throw our fishing rod in there. You don't hit with the fishing rod, you use your other button. Ooh, that's hard to see. There we go. And you'll see some bubbles come up to it when it's ready to catch. And as soon as the bubbles touch the little white floater, it will sink into the water. Bloop, all the way down, and that's when I push the button again. And then I got another fish. So now wait for the bubbles. Sometimes it takes like a minute. Sometimes it takes only a few seconds. But now that I've got a few fish, I won't go hungry, and I don't have to worry about starving. You can also catch cool things like shoes and books and some other things. Boom. Oh, what did I catch there? A name tag. So later on I can name things like my own sheep and stuff. I can give them names with the name tag. building a fence is easy to put the animals in. You just go around, cut down a lot of wood, and then you go to your crafting table and you build fences. And then you can build fences around your whole house to keep monsters out. Or you can just build a small fenced area so that you can get some animals in. Different kinds of animals like different kinds of food. Like if you get carrots or um, roots or some kind of like vegetables like that, then you can easily get the pigs to follow you. If you get hay, you can get the horses to follow you from the wheat. Also, if you get wheat, you can get the cows to follow you. So we can probably set up a pretty good farm here soon. The sheep also like to follow you if you're holding wheat. And right now these animals are kind of hanging out. I could trap them right now and build a pen around them, but I'm not in a rush here. I've got 4 fish. Let's get one more. Later on, I probably want to cover up this hole, just because sometimes zombies get stuck in there, and then if I accidentally fall in there, I could be trapped in there with the zombies, and that's dangerous. Okay, come on, fishy. Come on, fishy. Come on, get in the boat, fish. Come on, get in the boat, fish, fish. Come on, fish, fish, fish. Well, it's making a lot of smoke, but it'll make it easier to find my home later. Oh, the sun's going down. My farm's growing, but it's... Oh, I missed it. I missed the fish. The farm grows, but until it turns brown, you shouldn't pick it. Because we want the wheat to turn brown, so we know it's ready. Come on, fish, fish. Alright. Hey, that was a tropical fish. We can't cook those. Silly. Okay. You can eat zombie meat, but it will make you sick. So it's better just to throw it away. If we take all of our zombie meat, we can go, I don't know, throw it in the water or something. Later on, you can make a lava trash can. and throw it into the lava that way. But right now, I think we're pretty good for today. We've got our fish cooking. We've got our wheat growing. When we harvest this, we'll be able to harvest the wheat and it will spit out some more seeds so we can make an even bigger farm. And then we can take the wheat and go to our crafting table and make bread. And so we're really in a good spot now to survive. We'll keep maybe mining deeper. We'll probably go and build a big house over here. And keep fishing, keep farming. And that's really how you get started to survive in Minecraft survival mode. Of course, you can do a lot better. You can get lots of items. You can get obsidian. You can get really cool swords. You can learn magic spells and craft potions. But for now, this is really just the basics of how to survive. And now, since we've got food and we've got lots of we've got some safety, now is when we could start taking our stone and saying, we should probably start building a house. And so here's where it becomes a little bit like Legos, where you're like, what should my house look like? Is this the floor? Is this the wall? What should I start building it like? Should I leave room for the door? Yeah, of course. Ooh, that's gravel. That doesn't look the same. Do I want a cobblestone house or do I want it made out of nice stuff? And so over here we're starting to build a little bit of a house, and we would keep on building it like that. And that's the basics of survival mode in Minecraft, and that's pretty much all we will cover in this episode. But tune in next time, and we will be talking about um, creative mode, and maybe we'll play a little bit more in the survival mode. Save and quit takes you out the game and saves it. And that's that. Let me know what you think, or let me know what you want to see on Minecraft next time.